The incarnation of destruction itself, Majin Buu, plagued the universe with devastation over 5 million years ago at the whim of the evil wizard Bibidi. With the destruction of the Kais under his belt, this monster was seemingly invincible and uncontrollable due to his unpredictable nature and staggering levels of raw power. Fast forward to the current time, and Majin Buu has since been resurrected and developed into a pretty trustworthy companion that the Z Fighters can rely on to help protect the Earth. The Grand Kai absorbed version of Majin Buu, or Fat Buu as we know him I guess, is the most innocent and probably approachable of the Buus. However, the different stages of his transformations all hold similar as well as very different traits. While every version of Majin Buu remains immensely powerful and frightening, one iteration of him, in my opinion, stands at the top of the rest due to what he had done to obtain his power. Super Buu. With all of the cool abilities and his awkward fighting style, Majin Buu in the Tournament of Power would have been a real treat for everyone as we get to see him fight all out once again, while also helping the Z Fighters and going up against the likes of Universes 6 and 11. While that never happened unfortunately, Majin Buu has definitely proved to be a worthy ally for the Z Fighters in the ongoing battle against Moro in the main story, looking like he never lost a step as he was their initial answer to Moro before he regained his powers. A useful ally indeed. However, in another timeline, Majin Buu has had little to no impact on the growing grudge between the realms. Gods versus mortals. This conflict would seem one-sided in every form of the sense in any other situation. However, in this story called Dragon Ball Super Kai, a story that takes place shortly after the events of Dragon Ball Super, things are anything but normal. Goku and Vegeta have both been more than dealt with by the Angel, causing them to respectfully reevaluate their plan. When dealing with a being so powerful, strong, and cunning, enough to be named the most powerful angel second only to the Grand Priest himself presumably, training in the most grueling and punishing way possible is the only way to prepare, which is exactly what everyone is choosing to do right now. In the last video we covered on this, Vegeta was in the midst of his own training under his new successor the Grand Priest as he, within record time, had ascended beyond ever before already however, but still not enough to even stand a chance against Moro. With Goku out of the picture for an undisclosed amount of time, the Z Fighters had come up with a last resort plan in an attempt to help Vegeta in the battle. However, this is a decision that may live on in infamy later. If you guys want to check out Dragon Ball Super Kai, the link as always will be down below in the description box, so be sure to go check it out if you're interested. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that notification bell to never miss an upload, and follow me on both Twitch and Twitter to keep up with me and all Dragon Ball related content. But without further ado, when we last left off in Dragon Ball Super Kai, things are coming to a head much quicker than the Z Fighters expected, as their training was cut short by the enemy they hoped to defeat, the Universe 13 Angel Moro. Removing Whis and the Grand Priest at will as so they don't interfere with his game seems to be relatively easy for the Angel, as the only ones left before him now are the mortals he's been tormenting. The Z Fighters have all powered up to maximum, with Goten and Trunks fusing into Gotenks to get the absolute most out of their strength before they start their plan to fight alongside Vegeta. But not how many may think. Master Roshi steps forward as well, but he isn't meant to fight himself, and neither are the others. He approaches Majin Buu, telling him that it's time that they do what they originally planned on Beerus' planet. For now, everything is in Buu's hands. They're all counting on him, as individually they stand absolutely no chance here, but Buu gets it, and he promises that he'll keep all of them safe while still doing his best to help Vegeta. He begins to tear out portions of his body, as even Majin Buu himself has doubts about this fight and what they're about to do. But here goes nothing, he says, as he begins to toss the torn off pieces of his body all around the battlefield. Majin Buu's flesh begins to consume all the powered up Z Fighters as they look to be absorbed. However disgusting they may have viewed this technique in the past, it's their only shot right now, as even the androids are being absorbed by Buu. I felt like that was kind of funny how the androids are getting absorbed by someone other than Cell, and to be honest, that might be a cool video topic. I'll think about that in the future. But anyway, Majin Buu, now having covered all of the Z Fighters, calls them back to his body, and instead of just absorbing the most powerful among them, he absorbs everyone minus Vegeta as his transformation begins. With all of these massive powers being consumed at once, Majin Buu begins trembling under all of this new strength, still obviously capping out at Gohan since Vegeta hasn't been absorbed, and when his transformation is complete, a new and even more powerful Super Majin Buu is before us. Moro, while still not impressed, says that these guys sure know how to make things fun. However, he's seen this before, and even if his power is incredible to say the least, it still doesn't make a difference. But Vegeta for the first time is honestly happy to see this face again. How foolish of you all, Moro says. Well, I hope you can still entertain me with your new powers, both of you now. And don't forget what's on the line. Both Majin Buu and Vegeta assume their stances as the battle looks to begin. Buu charges in right away to kick things off, but the Angel easily dodges his first punch. Majin Buu, however, is moving and fighting in a way that does begin to impress the Angel, as he says that if he wasn't the obvious superior, Buu may have had the power to destroy him, but as of right now, he's still powerless against him. I will admit that you are much better than I expected and your powers are quite interesting. But it will make no difference, the Angel says. Well, that's good because I'm only getting started, Buu says, so don't worry. If you really want to see what I can do, then stay right there where you are and I promise you'll love this one. What Buu does next is create a half dozen or so Super Ghost Kamikazes that charge directly at the Angel, but Moro is still unimpressed, saying that a ghost show doesn't change the facts at all, as he creates a bunch of portals making all of the ghosts disappear. All at once he releases them from all angles around Buu, and as we know, one simple touch will cause detonation. As the ghosts fly into Buu, however, they don't explode, and Buu himself seems to have vanished. Impossible, the Angel says. He vanished? No, this is the after image technique. Those sneaky rats. Majin Buu suddenly appears behind the Angel, warning him that he is more than he thinks, as all of those who have gathered to protect the universe have become one within him. They are one, and maybe Moro should pay more attention to his opponent instead of underestimating them, as he puts his hands around his face and releases a blinding solar flare that stuns the Angel. My eyes, the Angel shrieks. What did you do, you pathetic mortals? I can't see anything. You should have finished me when you had the chance, Angel. Now shut up and turn into chocolate, Buu says, as he fires a candy beam at the blinded Angel, and it's a direct hit. Buu changes the Angel into a chocolate bar, which honestly stuns not only Vegeta, but honestly me as well, because I would have never imagined Buu, any version of Majin Buu, being able to not only rival, but catch off guard a god of this caliber. What the? No way, Vegeta says. This is incredible. Did he really just defeat him that easily? Something is amiss here. Either Buu is far more powerful than we ever imagined, or this Angel is up to something. Which is it? This fight is over, Buu says. You won't be harming anyone anymore, but I must admit that was much easier than I expected. But all of a sudden, a portal bursts open behind him, and out steps none other than the Angel himself. My, that was quite the surprise, the Angel says. I never took you for a trickster at first. Very shocking and interesting. I truly do feel bad for you lot, and I can't understand what you guys were thinking, the Angel says to Buu. Did you honestly believe that allowing yourselves to be absorbed and fusing into one would be enough to stop me? I will say, you lot are entertaining and your tricks are quite amusing, but you are still just mortals, so best not forget that. I come from a time long before your era and far beyond your capabilities of understanding. You would need more knowledge and time than you're capable of to even make me sweat, let alone destroy me, the Angel says. Majin Buu is not only fuming right now, but extremely confused as well, as he says that there's no way the Angel is still here when he literally just ate him. So what's going on? A pulsing vein can be seen in the Angel's forehead as he seems to be losing his temper really quickly now. I must tell you this also though, mortals. To think that you would have eaten me after turning me into chocolate, the mere thought of being eaten by a mortal just in an attempt to defeat me boils my blood to no end. And now, you're really making me angry. And then he disappears again. I think it's time we end this little game, Majin Buu, the Angel says, as he appears out of a portal directly behind Buu again, grabbing him by the head. You're not the only one who has their tricks. However, mine work. Now let's end this. The Angel prepares an attack at point blank as he looks to blast Buu's head off, telling him that he would have killed him sooner or later anyway, but now this is over. How interesting. So this is where you've been hiding, a familiar voice says, as we see a finger pointing directly at the Angel, and then a slicing beam is fired that causes Moro to let go of Majin Buu, and this is when we see that golden Frieza, the first person to have contact with the Angel, has arrived here as well. I've been searching for you, Angel, Frieza says, as I thought you would be here. I really don't hope you thought I'd be dead now, did you? He said, snickering. Of course I was able to survive, even if barely, and I knew that you would be so predictable as to show up here first. Frieza goes on to further taunt the angel, thanking him for their last encounter, as he says that he was able to learn quite a bit of useful information, and Moro opened his eyes up about a lot of things. You humiliated me and left me for dead in space, and I'm just here to return the favor, Frieza says. But this time, I will be the one who lives, and I will most certainly kill you. Frieza goes on to further comment that it seems that you've already mingled with these idiots on Earth, but that doesn't matter right now, and they will soon be dealt with as well. But you are my first priority, and you will soon learn why Emperor Frieza is the most feared name in the entire universe. So prepare yourself, Angel. Vegeta can't even believe his eyes right now, as Frieza should definitely be dead and drifting off in space, but he looks fine and stronger than ever. How did he even know we'd be here, Vegeta says. He isn't working with Moro, is he? As we cut back to the Angel, Moro looks a tad bit worried for the first time after this recent development. Ah, it's you again, he says, looking at Frieza. I see that you were somehow able to survive. This is indeed troubling for me now, but if it's death that you're chasing, then rest assured you've come to the right place. The Angel of Universe 13 has all but gotten serious with the Z-Fighters, who are pulling out all the stops just in order to have a chance at survival, let alone defeating him. Majin Buu has absorbed everyone at their full powers and was able to catch Moro off guard, but this still wasn't enough to even touch him. However, now that Frieza has shown up, ending this before Whis and the Grand Priest show back up has become just a bit harder now. How Frieza survived and made his way all the way here, no one really understands right now, but his anger and rage at being humiliated and left for dead in space once again seems to be driving him to finish this fight himself. But what do you think he possibly could have meant by Moro opening his eyes to so many things after their last encounter?